The odds changed before I could get the video uploaded. Absolutely crazy. Nafisi Collier, minus 135. Caitlin Clark, a plus 210. So she has went way up already since ESPN put the article up I used for the video. Asia Wilson is now a plus 600.
Recent betting odds have experienced significant fluctuations in the WNBA MVP race. Missy Collier currently leads at minus 135, while Caitlin Clark sits at plus 210. Aja Wilson has dropped to plus 600 odds, showing dramatic movement from earlier positions. The MVP discussion centers around both individual statistics and team performance metrics. Historical data reveals a clear pattern for MVP winners that creates challenges for certain candidates this season.
Placing a bet on Caitlin Clark, but there is one particular thing you're going to have to really watch because there's history here and it's going to be valid. All right, when they go to pick this award and who's going to win it, I don't know how badly the injury is going to hurt. I know one area where it absolutely will hurt. It's going to be the wins and losses category, which we're going to look at, and it's a huge deal. All right, the team, the player that wins the MVP, generally speaking, is on a team that basically wins 75% of all of its games.
Championship caliber performance typically defines MVP winners. The award traditionally goes to players who achieve the optimal balance between personal excellence and team victories. Historical analysis shows consistent patterns among recent winners. Looking at the past decade of MVP recipients, winners have maintained specific benchmarks. Field goal production averages at least 40.2 per game, while their teams secure victories in approximately 74. This winning percentage requirement presents significant obstacles for some current candidates.
Well, the Fever are 4-5 right now. So that may be a problem. That may be the fly in the ointment. It may not be the statistical stuff individually. It may be the team performance that's going to cause a problem with her winning the MVP. Caitlin Clark was the favorite to win the MVP entering the 2025 season, but when she was ruled out for at least 2 weeks with a quad injury, Nafisi Collier took the top spot on the odds board. Collier is currently the overwhelming favorite to win the MVP.
The precedent includes multiple winners like Aja Wilson and Brianna Stewart, all competing on teams with winning percentages around 80%. These numbers establish the championship-level expectations voters typically demand, with roughly 20% of the season completed and teams having played approximately 9 to 10 games out of 44 total contests. Substantial time remains for momentum shifts. However, current team records create immediate concerns for certain MVP hopefuls.
At minus 300, but Clark is set to return on Saturday against the New York Liberty. She's got to win. The Fever and Caitlin Clark have got to win very high-profile games too. Like this game today, which I believe they're going to struggle to win because her and Sophie are just coming back off of injury. And I'm not completely sold on everything that Stephanie White is doing thus far anyway. But this would be the exact kind of victory they need to have.
The Indiana Fever currently holds a 4-5 record, placing them below the .500 threshold. This record falls significantly short of the historical 75% winning requirement that typically accompanies MVP selections. Team performance may become the decisive factor, overshadowing individual statistical achievements. Caitlin Clark faces particular challenges due to recent injury complications. Missing 2 weeks with a quad injury allowed other candidates to gain momentum in the odds. Her return against the New York Liberty represents a crucial moment for both personal comeback and team trajectory.
All right. And that's just to uplift the winning percentage as well. So, typically the MVP award is given to a player that maximizes the intersection between individual performance and team success. If we use fantasy scoring average as a metric for former and team win percentage for ladder, the last 10 MVP players. So there's real precedent for this.
Current odds suggest potential value opportunities for strategic wagering. Clark's position at plus 320 provides attractive returns if she manages to overcome the team performance obstacles. The timing coincides with her injury return, potentially offering favorable entry points for supporters. The mathematical requirements remain clear. Teams need approximately 75% victory rates for their star players to win MVP recognition. Only rare exceptions exist in recent history, with one 2015 winner achieving victory with a 61.8% team record, and Aja Wilson winning with 67.5% in the previous season.
The last 10 MVPs have averaged at least 40.2. This would be field goals per game, and played on teams that won 74.8% of its games. And there you see the people that have won it, right? Man, I love Jonquel Jones. But a bunch of Aja Wilson, a bunch of Breonna Stewart, and down throughout time.
Stephanie White's leadership role becomes crucial in determining MVP outcomes for Indiana players. The team's performance during Clark's absence raised questions about tactical approaches and player development. Talent levels suggest capabilities exceeding current win-loss records. High-profile victories against competitive opponents like the New York Liberty become essential for changing narrative momentum. These marquee matchups provide opportunities to demonstrate both individual excellence and team competitiveness necessary for MVP consideration. Other candidates maintain stronger positional advantages through team success. The Liberty's 9-0 record and Seattle's 9-1 performance create favorable environments for their star players' MVP campaigns. These winning percentages align closely with historical requirements.
Look at these winning percentages. 80, 80, 80. I mean, you've got your team has got to win games. I mean, that precedent is set, and they got to make a hell of a lot of field goals. All right. We are roughly 20% of the way through the season, with each team having played.
Multiple previous winners remain in contention, including established veterans who understand championship-level expectations. Breonna Stewart and other proven performers maintain competitive positioning through both individual metrics and team achievements. The remaining season schedule provides opportunities for dramatic changes in MVP positioning. Teams currently struggling must initiate substantial winning streaks to reach historical benchmarks. Individual statistical production alone rarely overcomes significant team performance deficits.
About 9 or 10 of their 44 games. There is still plenty of times for things to change, but at the present time, there are 4 players with a reasonable chance to fit the marks of MVP. Caitlin Clark is a plus 320. She is third in the league with 41.5 field goals per game. Now, I would assume that's as a team. It's got to be as a team because she is not shooting that much, okay? So it's got to be as a team. That's the only way I can. We know that's not attempts. We know that's not. Now that may be field goals made or field goals attempted as a team. But in fact, I had it up just a second ago.
Clark's statistical profile suggests MVP caliber individual performance capability. However, historical data indicates that exceptional personal numbers without corresponding team success typically falls short of voter expectations. The intersection of individual excellence and collective achievement remains the determining factor. Current betting markets reflect both optimism about individual talent and realistic assessment of team-based obstacles. The next several weeks will determine whether early season struggles represent temporary setbacks or fundamental barriers to MVP recognition.
Back-to-back logo threes. For a minute, man, I told the chat, call the cops on Caitlin Clark for logo abuse. Oh my goodness, man. She was killing it out there. Oh, man. But anyway, 32 points from Caitlin Clark, 9 assists, 8 rebounds, 11 for 20 from the field, 7 for 14 from the three. Yo, I'm talking about cooking, man. For a minute, I said, Caitlin, just put us on your back and take us to victory land. Take us to the victory land, man. She did such an amazing job. I knew for a fact she was going to go off because she was just too anxious.
Team chemistry, coaching adjustments, and player health will influence both individual campaigns and collective success rates. The traditional MVP formula requires excellence across multiple dimensions rather than isolated statistical dominance. The most remarkable aspect of this contest was witnessing an extraordinary scoring burst. 9 points delivered in just 38 seconds through consecutive long-distance shots from beyond the arc. This explosive sequence demonstrated exceptional shooting accuracy and game-changing momentum.
She was too anxious to go off, man. So anxious. I mean, bring out the genuine. All right. She was getting it in. Shout out to Caitlin Clark, man. Playing some defense as well. 2 blocks, 1 steal. What else did you want from her? What else did you want from Caitlin Clark today? Now, she did have 7 turnovers. Some of those plays in the second half, they started off flat-footed and was kind of turning the ball over left and right. But right at the first half, did an amazing job, man. Did an amazing job. Another thing before I get into individual performances, I want to give the Indiana Fever a huge props to them taking away the mismatches.
The standout performer finished with 32 points, accompanied by 9 assists and 8 rebounds. Shooting efficiency remained strong at 11 for 20 from the field and 7 for 14 from three-point range. This comprehensive statistical line showcased both scoring prowess and playmaking ability throughout the contest. The anticipation for this breakout performance was evident from the start as the player displayed clear eagerness to make an impact. That hunger translated into exceptional execution when it mattered most.
All right. For instance, they had Kelsey Mitchell and Breanna Stewart at the top of the key. And basically, they see that Breanna Stewart is really not a threat like that this season from the 3. So they allowed Kelsey Mitchell to guard her at the perimeter. But once once Breanna Stewart start trying to go to the paint, here come Aaliyah Boston. Here comes DeWanna Bonner. Here comes Natasha Howard. Here comes those bigs to switch out and tell her, hey, go to the guard or go to the shooting guard.
Defensive contributions included 2 blocks and 1 steal, rounding out a complete two-way performance. However, ball security presented challenges with 7 turnovers, particularly during the second half when the team appeared sluggish and careless with possessions. The first half execution was notably superior in this regard. The Indiana Fever's coaching staff deserves recognition for neutralizing opponent advantages. Their defensive scheme effectively addressed mismatches by positioning Kelsey Mitchell against Breanna Stewart at the perimeter. Recognizing Stewart's limited three-point threat this season, they allowed Mitchell to defend the perimeter while having interior defenders like Aaliyah Boston and Natasha Howard ready to switch when Stewart attempted post moves. This tactical adjustment represented significant improvement from their previous meeting, where mismatches were exploited heavily. The defensive rotations and communication showed excellent preparation and game planning.
That was beautiful work. And if you're talking about coaching, that's some coaching for you right there, man. Stephanie White taking away the mismatches. That was the main thing I was talking about the first time they met each other. Was, hey, they were abusing the mismatches. Such a beautiful disguise this time coming around. And like I stated, man, I think we have to give them more time, give them some more chances to run into these teams, see what they want to do against them so the Indiana Fever can counter them. But
head coach Stephanie White's strategic approach proved decisive. The offensive flow appeared smooth early in the game, though there was a stagnant period entering the third quarter before rhythm returned with better ball movement and open shot creation. Rebounding remained problematic, specifically allowing second chance opportunity. The team surrendered 10 offensive rebounds to their opponents, with most of those possessions resulting in points.
Anyway, man, great job by Stephanie White with that game plan. I loved it all the way. The offense was fluid, was looking really good at the beginning. They did have that stagnant moment coming into the third quarter, but they picked it back up, started finding open players and getting those open looks. It was good overall. Overall, it was good. One thing that was killing me with them, though, stop giving up the second, the third, the fourth chance buckets. I couldn't stand it, bro.
points. This disparity created unnecessary scoring opportunities that kept the game closer than necessary. Shot execution near the basket also needed improvement. Several fast break opportunities were missed, with multiple players failing to convert close-range attempts. These high-percentage shots must be finished to maintain offensive efficiency. Sydney Colson provided valuable bench production with 10 points and 6 assists. Her shooting was efficient at 3 for 4 from the field and 2 for 3 from three-point range. The +8 rating reflected her positive impact during her minutes on the court. Kelsey Mitchell experienced early struggles but found her rhythm during crucial moments. Despite poor shooting percentages, 9 for 21 overall, 3 for 10 from 3, she delivered when the team needed scoring most. Her 22 points included important clutch baskets that helped secure the victory. Aaliyah Boston recorded 10 points, 6 assists, and 11 rebounds while shooting 4 for 10 from the field. She faced constant double and triple teams in the paint, which created opportunities for teammates. Her court vision improved as the game progressed, leading to better passing decisions and 6 assists through effective interior distribution.
Like, they would be out of the game if we did not give them how many offensive rebounds? How many offensive rebounds? Then we gave them 10 overall offensive rebounds. And I feel like they executed on all 10 of them. That's how I feel, man. They probably executed on like 8, 7. But still, like, stop giving them all those opportunities, man. That is a lot of points. This adds up, okay? This adds up. All right? So that was one thing. And then another thing was finishing the layups.
Natasha Howard had a quiet offensive game but contributed defensively with intelligent positioning and assignment awareness. Her defensive understanding helped execute the team's strategic adjustments effectively. Brianna Stewart led the opposition with 24 points on 7 for 15 shooting. While her three-point shooting remained inconsistent, she found success on mid-range attempts and shots close to the basket. She contributed 5 rebounds, 2 assists, and 3 steals.
All right, we know we struggle with that. We had a few fast break transitions going, and Lexi blew a few. Kelsey blew a few. Who else? I think maybe Boston missed one close. I can't remember. I know Howard missed one close. So those close shots right under the rim, man, we have to finish those. All in all, like I stated, man, I like this game. I like this game. Sydney Colson coming off the bench, finally giving you all what you've been asking for. Giving me what I've been asking for, at least.
Though 3 turnovers showed some carelessness with the ball, Sabrina Ionescu dominated offensively with 34 points on excellent shooting, 11 for 20 from the field, and 4 for 10 from three-point range. She also contributed 4 assists and made 9 free throws, showing her ability to get to the foul line consistently. Natasha Cloud struggled significantly, shooting just 1 for 8 from the field and 0 for 4 from three-point range. Her 5 points, along with 2 turnovers, represented a poor offensive showing. There was a notable moment where she appeared to take defensive matchups personally, leading to her removal from the game. Sabrina Charles Tippett grabbed 4 offensive rebounds and contributed 10 points with 4 steals and 2 blocks. Her energy on the boards created multiple second-chance opportunities for her team. The free throw disparity was significant, with opponents attempting 30 free throws compared to just 16 for the Fever. Despite this challenging officiating environment, the team maintained composure and executed their game plan effectively. The victory demonstrated growth in handling adversity and maintaining focus despite unfavorable whistle patterns. This mental toughness will be valuable moving forward in the Commissioner Cup competition. This performance showed the team's potential when executing proper defensive schemes and maintaining offensive flow. The combination of individual excellence and tactical adjustments created a winning formula that should be replicated in future contests. The energy and execution displayed during this game provides a foundation for continued success throughout the remainder of the season. Maintaining this level of preparation and performance will be essential for achieving their goals in upcoming competition.